And we are live. What is up, guys? Praxeology Prodigy back with another Red Pill Lens movie review. Why did I stumble when I said Prodigy? What the fuck? I said, fuck it. Yo, it's 11:58, 2 minutes before midnight. 2 minutes to midnight. Look, I wanted to do this for my 1 year anniversary. I had to come back. So we're gonna do a really cool movie, and you know what? I slept on this actually. I completely forgot about the early 2000 chick flicks, which is Mean Girls, and there's some other ones. I'll get back to them, but I have a whole list of them that I still have to review. Guys, you guys see how I'm stuttering a lot already? Fuck, I need to get back into this and fix my speaking abilities. Okay, without further ado, first point. Gosh, it feels so weird saying that. It's been such a long time. We start off with redhead hen's parents coddling her and some yap balking from the hen about homeschooled pets. We'll give since we're at the beginning, we'll give redhead cady hen or caddy hen, cady caddy, a hen rating of 5 out of 10, giving her an official midi hen title. And we see from a first person with a beak perspective how this hen perceives high school. Okay, so by the way it is portrayed right out the gate from her point of view, we already know this is going to be a matriarchal movie where the main hen is the logical, reasonable hero archetype. And obviously, it's a hen, so it's not going to work as well as they think it will. I mean, it worked for, the early 2000 teen hens, whatever, sure. But in today's day and age, it's kind of a trope that is kind of boring. You know what's crazy? Actually, around this time, this is when the first, well, not when the first, but when they started embracing that whole matriarchy, female empowerment bullshit. And I get it, it's in high school, but still the hero arc from a hen, really? I guess this is why it was a classic, because it was a groundbreaking film at the time. Them boys. Right, but yeah, she's the logical, reasonable hero archetype, and everyone else is a dumb side character. So this is obviously a movie full of propaganda. Okay, so the way she's walking into school on the main sidewalk directly in the center and enters class, and the whole world is chaotic, hostile, and in a frenzy. This is not an accurate portrayal of hen movement. Hen movement, right, even if it is a homeschooled kid for the first day, as we all know, hens are masters of their environment and social masters. They have a black belt in social jujitsu since they're young teens. Probably even earlier than that. I know it sounds bad, but it's just the truth. Sorry that I'm yawning, but it's kind of late and I wanted to get this done before it turned 10:19. I wonder if YouTube's gonna let it say 10:18 because I technically started streaming on 10:18, even though the stream's gonna end on 10:19. But it's still one year anniversary because I started on 10/18, 2023, and this stream started on 10/18, 2024. So too bad. I win. 1 year anniversary, guys. This is crazy. 1 year of doing this. All right, let's get back into the review. But yeah, their hens are masters of their environment. Okay, so immediately she would have chosen the low key route. She would have studied and seen who's powerful and friendly. and would have gravitated to a group of that nature immediately. Okay? Because hens can't fend for themselves. And they know this, right? Then there's nothing wrong with playing to your strengths. If anything, this makes the redhead hen look dumb because she's playing into her innate weaknesses. Next point. Then we have the teacher hen getting flirted on by the stalker weirdo Marvin Floyd Beta Pet while she's taking off her clothes in the middle of a room full of minors. What the fuck? The fuck, Ghislaine Maxwell? What are you doing in Mean Girls 2020? No, 2004. Yo, so then we hear him spit some NPC blue pill Gabe to her, and she easily fends off. I'm fucking tired, bro. I had a long ass day. I'm sorry. I had a long fucking day. War, gym. Yeah. I had a long week. Long week. But she easily fends him off with some hen game. You know, she wasn't even trying. You know what's crazy too? Even his body language shows his XP level. Never be that guy. Just standing there like a cuck. Honestly, when I was watching the movie, that gave me a low-key epiphany moment of body language, showing XP and game ability to hens. I know it's in book 5, I think maybe even book 1, but this solidified one of my next rabbit holes to pursue, so we'll look into body language a little more. I'll try not to make this long. I might run through this actually, because I know it has a lot of red pill gems in there, guys, but it's been so long where I kind of have to get into that flow, and I've kind of been out of touch with the RP. I'm not gonna lie. I've been moving on to different things like psychology, and the RP still, I guess you can say if I've internalized it, but it's hard to explain it now. Like the words, I can't put it into terms. Like I can't refer to every single chapter that I've read every single time. It's just something that I know to be red pill. I just can't explain it, man. And that comes with just, I guess, getting away from this with praxeology side of things. But I'm still trying, okay? Always getting better. Next point. Then we get an intro to the dumb plastic bomb hens. And I'm not going to lie, these hens are pretty mid. But as we get on to the movie, they are kind of bad because their hen score is like way higher. Look, so I'll explain it later on, but yeah, I've seen better hens at Publix than these hens, right? But here are the hen scores. The first hen we have Karen hen. She gets a 4 out of 10, but she might get an extra point or two. You know what? Nah, I'll leave her out of 4. Yeah, I'll leave her out of 4 just because her very first introductory description was that she is one of the dumbest hens you will ever meet. Sign me up. Weep. Then for Gretchen hen, she gets a 3 out of 10 because, nah, and she is dumb too. So I'll give her a 4 out of 10. Let me change it right now. Fuck it. Gretchen, because she's really dumb and she likes to play a game. 4 out of 10. Then we get the final boss of final boss hens, Regina George hen. She gets a 6 out of 10. She's nothing crazy like they hype her up to be. She's all hype, but for some reason, she looks like the kind of hen that will look hot in a hot steaming shower. Like when she has rosy cheeks and then she smiles, you know? And it's steaming in the shower. Am I crazy? Or does she look like that type of head? You guys get what I'm talking about, right? 1 in the chat if you feel me. 2 in the chat if you support Diddy. Alright, next point. Then we see what I was talking about earlier about how hens know the entire school dynamic of their school. And we get a map to perfectly illustrate a hen's mind of how they see social settings. From that one dyke hen The black hair. I forgot her fucking name. I didn't even write it down, bro. I'm like, she's supposedly the sidekick character, but she's kind of a background character. If we're being honest. Okay. But yeah, yo, then we have our first alpha pet, Jason, showing up with good player 2 skills, initiating state of play on caddy hen. But then Regina breaks the fourth wall and she goes overt communications because she feels bad that he rejected her whore hen friend Gretchen. And hens don't like to lose as a group, right? Sisterhood uber alles. So she's basically carrying them by rejecting Jason for both Caddy and Gretchen. Cady. Then we have a little friendly hen sparring session of covert comms, which the whole movie is sparring. It's a full-blown covert communications war, but the plastics introduce themselves. And before I forget, bro, Karen hen, she's so hot, bro. What the fuck? She's so dumb and bomb. And low-key racist as fuck. She was like, oh, you're from Africa? Why are you white? Damn, bro. I call dibs on Karen hen. So easy to manipulate. Good hen. Good hen. Anyway, we see Cady playing the role of the overt innocent hero, while Regina is the covert, abrasive, kind villain. And the two side hens being hen puppets to Regina's Napoleon level manipulation tactics. So Regina game is next level because she knows her trinity and she can play in overt and covert. But she likes the power, and by the way, we'll touch on hen trinity later on. I'll leak my own personal theory, but yeah, she likes power. This is a very high level hen. Tread carefully. Even master player 2s can fall if they're out of their element and fall into this type of hen's pen. But then again, I mean, they're all hens. I mean, hens, are you really afraid of a hen like Regina George? Not really. Just run laps around her. She exposed her armor because she looks like easily manipulatable when she was at the party. The first party. The costume party. It might just be me though, but yeah. Yeah, an easy way of beating this type of hen is if you have home field advantage and she crumbles. Which, spoiler alert, guys, you guys don't get it. I write all these notes as I'm watching the movie. I pause it. And you know what's funny is all these red pill movies, I always give my red pill take on what should happen while I'm writing it. And then later on the movie, it's like, I called it. I was like, oh yeah, they do exactly what I said. Like, I swear, bro, real talk, code red. I wrote it down right here on the notes. I said, an easy way of beating her is if you have home field advantage and she crumbles, but these types of hens won't be caught lacking and they will always be in a place or position where they can leverage their power. Bro, by home field advantage, I basically meant like attacking her trinity, right? Come on, man. It's right here. You guys can't fake this shit. I'm breaking the fourth wall. So, yeah. Praxeology, Prodigy is scripted. What the fuck? I've been telling you guys. I told you guys to write notes. This is all scripted. Not this, though. Alright, next point. Then we have a little yap session about plastic hen rules. All these rules are hen-like, except the last one about hens can't date other hens' ex-boyfriends. That's definitely only a guy rule. But if you know anything about praxeology, you know something called mate choice copying. And hens love to snipe current men in relationships, even if it's a family member, like a sister taking a sister's boyfriend, okay? And we get a slight show of Aaron Alpha Pet game. Aaron Alpha Pet is the ex-boyfriend of Regina George that Cady likes. But yeah, he knows he has a pre-selection value because he was Regina's ex-boyfriend. And if you're Regina's ex-boyfriend, the baddest bitch in the school, you can basically get any hen. So, yeah, if he hit the top hen of the school, he basically can bag and check out any hen in his card with a go-go discount. Get one free. Okay. We. So he plays dismissive on Cady. And what does Zerka say all the time? If a hen is staring at your back, the quicker she falls in love. Alright, Secret Society affiliate link in bio. And lastly, we get Cady overtly zoning herself to him by waving at him from the sidelines of his soccer game or soccer practice, whatever he was in. Like, bitch, I barely know you and you're waving at me from the sidelines? Like, I know I own your soul. That's what Aaron was thinking. Yeah. Next point. Then we get to Regina Hen Pen House. And I can already tell by the way a teenage hen runs things. There is either no father, or the father is the biggest crypto millionaire loser in the world, or he's so alpha and billionaire that this is just another one of his 50 families that he has, and he lets the hens do their own thing. Because he's out impregnating millions of other hens daily to not even care about what's going on. But we do see a glimpse of him. He's just some old Russian oligarch, blue pill, whatever. But yeah, out of this scene, I want to point out how hens look to nitpick themselves. And not to leak too much Secret Society sauce, but Zerka says always try to fix a hen and make them feel young. I mean, look at what the mom said. Literally, word for word, bar for bar. After her own daughter told her to fix her hair, she said, I love hanging out with you young, dumb hens because I feel young again. Okay? That's literally her saying, I hate the adult world. Let me stay in the state of play hen mode for the rest of my miserable hen days. Next point. Then we see a bit more of Regina Hen's Master Napoleon lap running methods of setting traps up for her puppet hens and watching them fight like gladiators with coverts while she sits there and enjoys the show. What a conniving little hen, right? But she gives Cady the blessing to hit Aaron, and she starts zoning herself a bit more until she gets invited to a Diddy Halloween costume party to get railed by him in a freak Bob costume. Next point. Then we get to the Diddy party, and we see some game from Aaron, but really what stood out to me the most in this scene is the intrasexual competition of Regina versus Cady. The reason I said hens don't respect that X rule earlier is because hens love to cuck other hens and guys. So Regina basically saw Aaron as an alpha pet pawn to cuck Regina, and she knew Cady would be there front and center to shatter her dreams of being with an alpha player too. Remember, hens are dream killers of men and of other hens too. It's in their nature. So it is perfect for Regina because she keeps the dumb alpha around her finger as an alpha puppet. She cucks Cady, and she can throw the dumb player 2 back into the wild for Cady to hate her and Aaron forever. Okay? So, yeah, it's a win-win for Regina. She's really good at making little evil plans, but whatever. And, yeah, and there's really no way for Cady to get her lick back after this. Because if she hates her, if she gets cocked by Regina, like, what are you gonna do to her? You're gonna go suck her boyfriend's dick? No. Dumb hen. But they must kneel before Napoleon, Regina hen. Not a bad hen plan, I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's a little too straightforward and bland to cuck Cady with Aaron. But, yeah, I'll give her a D for effort, right? She gets D. Regina D. Alright, next point. So now we have a new Napoleon mastermind hen. The dyke goth hen that wants to revenge Regina George. The one that works at Bath and Body Works for $5 an hour. She literally broke down Trinity for hens to understand the male burden of performance in her little whiteboard, chalkboard breakdown of how to destroy Regina George. So here is how it goes. Status in hen world equals dating alpha pet for good genes. This is how this dark haired dyke hen looks at things, right? Uh, so she wants to get rid of Aaron. She wants to separate Aaron from Regina. Secondly, looks, self-explanatory, but I would argue looks trumps all in hen world in the hens trinity. Yeah, so they get her fatter with some nutrition bars, weight gaining bars, and then network. In hen world, network equals fellow dumb hens, the little plastic click, Karen and Gretchen. Okay, but look, check this out. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. So this hen broke down. She broke that down to find ways to destroy her target from within, which it's kind of evil because Regina will have an identity crisis after this downfall. She doesn't, but in the real world, she does. She should. Um, which Cady perfectly worded in the next scene. In girl world, all the fighting had to be sneaky. Okay, so what does she mean by that? If you guys know anything about praxeology or read the first book, say it with me now, chat. Covert communications. And I hate naming this hen trinity because I wouldn't say this is a hen trinity. Right, so take out your notes for this because I'm going to leak good. This is my personal hen trinity stats. Okay, so it would be looks, preservation, and genuine femininity. Looks because good genes will always bless the bloodline and help with the sexy sons theory. Preservation because men have the burden of performance, which is basically status, but in RP literature instead of the secret society, right? And like I said before, what do hens have? Any guesses? It's in the Twilight Saga video somewhere. But hens have the burden of preservation. So that would be the complete opposite of status from men's trinity to the hen world trinity, right? Simply because no guy wants an already sculpted sculpture. We want a blank canvas, ideally, okay? And lastly, genuine femininity, which embodies everything that we expect from a natural born female. Emotional, low IQ, submissive, okay? And again, all these traits gotta show naturally. If you have any social calibration, you can sense when hens are showing these traits off as a facade. You can see right through the smoke and mirrors. Like, bitch, I know you used to have an OnlyFans. Like, why are you acting submissive? You have $500,000 in your bank account. We all know you're masculine, right? You have a fucking maid. Just clean, bitch. Do what you're supposed to do. Now that you've been exposed to the horrors of the adult world, you have been stained. My beautiful, pure white, plain t-shirt. Next point. Fast forward. We get to the plan finally working, where we're cracking Gretchen Hen. And I'm not going to lie, chat. The more I hear Gretchen talk and be emotional, the hotter she gets. You can just sense her estrogen flares like the sun sending gamma ray radiation bursts of hen cream and tears after she's been creaming and crying over Regina's reign of terror, over her dumb hen brain life. And then the weight gain bars are working, cool. But most importantly, we can enter the mind of an ideal hen. Do you remember how innocent and sweet and smart Cady was at the start of the movie? Now look at her in the downfall of Regina George's arc. Okay, she's totally losing her preservation. She's acting erratic. She's not using logic, and isn't kind anymore. She cracked herself by hanging around whores. This is why Zerka says if a hen has friends, she's a whore. I know it's like a little, extreme, but there's some truth in there somewhere, which is clearly right here. Right, preservation for a hen. It means zero friends, zero matrix plug-in family members, right? Like a blue pill dad, and zero sunlight from how long she's been stuck in the basement for 18 years. Cady is falling from grace too. Okay, next point. So we get to Cady's party, and she fumbles the plan entirely. She allowed her hen brain to be put to use, right? You never let a hen use a brain. Regina found out about her sabotage. Aaron got disgusted by her after she threw up on him. And then she lost her network of goth dorks and the Diddy guy. Now Regina is back on the prowl, and she's hitting Cady back 10 times harder. So Regina releases the burn book, and it sent the entire hen pen in an egg-laying frenzy. The hens get called into the gym, and we get some Diddy matriarchal cringe pep talk. But it does get the message of the hen rolled across to the plugins about how hens communicate and how this will never happen in the real world. Next point. Then we see Cady have a pep talk with her blue pill dad over this whole situation about the burn book and how she's becoming a bitch now. It's sad to see the blue pill propaganda of not one alpha masculine father figure in this movie. Not even the principal guy. It's scary how RP alphas are so rare. But anyways, now Cady is going through her hero arc and climbing the mountain and taking the burden on her shoulders that she should have taken from the jump. Like all hens, all is forgiven because she's honest and she's a virgin nerd again. She's a virgin nerd again. She's not a born again. She's a nerd again. So I do want to side note because I should have brought it up earlier, but I'll do it now because fuck it, we're at the end. The Pajit KG is the embodiment of an alpha mindset, right? Or of alpha is a mindset. This tiny little nerd had the alpha mindset, but he's a good math nerd. He owns it though, right? This is only good genetics. His only good genetics is brain, but that's it, right? But to embody that and to use that to your advantage and use it as leverage for your trinity, that's alpha as fuck. You can't even lie to that, right? You can't hate on that. He's also somewhat socially calibrated in the best way a nerd can be, without being a weirdo. If that makes sense. He's a nerd, but he owns being a nerd. Okay. But yeah, he ended up getting a hen at prom, the dark hair hen. And I do want to bring this point up is alpha is a mindset. Think about it like this. Imagine you have 7-foot Brad Pitt right there, but he has the mindset of a blue pill cuck. Says, "Oh, my hen, you can go and hang out with your 3 guy best friends at their houses with alcohol and drinks." The hen's gonna be disgusted because she's like, "Damn, this guy doesn't care about me. He won't protect me. He lets me do what I want." But then you have a tiny little KG guy. He's like, "Hen, we're gonna be in my house for the rest of our lives doing math." She's like, "Well, he's a nerd, but he's an alpha nerd." Okay, so you see the difference? I know I'm kind of glossing over it, but fuck it. Simplicity is key in this situation. Okay, final point. Aaron did a decent job at the end to bat Cady using the gruel line as a throwback, which hens like throwbacks. Like when you remember something in previous conversations and you use it in a witty way, they'll be like, "Oh, you're able to come up with shit on the spot, not scripted. Good pet." Also, I like the juxtaposition of the animal kingdom hierarchies to how hens move in the real world, because hens always like to say there's no competition, but at some level the whole species compete to some degree. Okay, and you see how the animal kingdom went apeshit when they lost their queen bee Regina, and how after Cady undid all her bullshit and got the girls in their place, a new group of top dog hens come up and take their place, like the Mapaho Lion brothers. Look that up. That's a good documentary. They were killers, man. I still remember some of their names. I remember Mr. T. Rasta, Pretty Boy. I think one of them was named Scarface, and I forget the other ones. But yeah. Um yeah. On to the movie score. RP score, I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. It understands the dynamics of human nature, especially hens. It makes the praxeological side easy to digest for the common plugin, not to mention all of the RP gems it had. And I want to apologize for any RP truths or lessons or chapters I missed, because I know I glanced over shit ton of them. Again, it's been a while, guys, and I couldn't miss my 1 year anniversary for Praxeology Prodigy channel. And once I get in that flow again, I'm going to look back and hate that I missed the most obvious red pill showcasings in this movie review. But so what? We're only getting better. All right, blue pill score. It is a 5 out of 10 as well. But I will say the blue pill in this film is different than other blue pill movies. Aside from the matriarchal propaganda, it really is geared towards keeping women plugged into the grounded nerd hand role they're supposed to take up, which is actually beneficial for the RP side of things, which is really weird, but it's refreshing. And it's really red pilling for the masses, which again, this is one of my main reasons like why I see the vision with RP fiction. Which, thanks Rolo, by the way. Thanks Rolo for sending me down a year journey, right? It's been 1 year. This is cool. But yeah, this makes this movie, Mean Girls, an official Praxeology polarity film. These are rare, people, so it's interesting. And this is the outro. Again, guys, I just want to say thanks to everyone who fucks with these little movie reviews and little podcast things I've been doing this. I know I haven't been consistent. This first year, it was like first month I went crazy, and then it all went downhill after that. But I don't even want to promise that I'll be more consistent, because this is just for fun. This isn't something I want to force myself to do. Like last night when I was watching this movie, it took me like 3 hours. One, because I'm rusty as fuck, and two, these do take some time to cook up, because you got to watch a whole movie, you got to pause it while your thoughts are fresh, and you got to take notes, blah blah. I've already ranted about that. Don't feel bad for me. This is fun. It's just a side hobby, right? But I hope you guys enjoy my hours of ranting. This content will always be my baby, okay? I love when I do this. It's so therapeutic. It lets so much out of my subconscious and conscious as well. And again, guys, I'm only getting better, and this has been a fun year. We will conquer. We have conquered. That's it. We